a week where you have to recap everything and try to make uh, a maybe procedure together so that you can work on it and try to understand how the things gonna work in coding paradigm. And this week's also covers the minimal aspect where you need something as an algorithm that can help you fasten the process what is going on there. And after this week you will have a quiz. So important week in terms of the course is concerned. uh, Before starting, I would ask you guys to just tell me if you have watched week 4 lectures or not. Have you? So you can just give me a thumbs up. You can give me a reaction by giving a thumbs up that you have watched it. Okay, one, two, three. Okay, four. Okay, few of you have, I guess, watched it. Uh, it will be a good idea if you watch it and try to solve the questions before going to the quizzes. Uh, I have also shared a link. I'll just share it once again so that you can open it. So check the link in the chat. Try to open it and go to the GitHub doc. What I do particularly in my session is I use these kind of MD doc to teach the particular subject what I have to teach in the session. So I will be teaching from this. When you go to that particular document, you will be able to see the name is written as binning. Uh, Binning is the process what you will be studying in this week. But before binning, we have to understand why we are going to that part, why we are introducing binning there. Binning is particularly you can by the name you can understand it is about bins, buckets, or some bunch of things, right? So you have a large amount of data, you are collecting them together uh, in small bunches that now then after that you can work in the small samples of data. So something like that you can think of. uh, Sir, is week 3 available as well? In what sense week 3 is available? I didn't get you. Somebody has written in the chat that week 3 available as well. uh, can you just unmute yourself and tell me what do you mean by that?
Actually, week 3 folder is not available in your GitHub, sir.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
that is the question.
yes. If that is the question, so I've not taught last week, I guess. That's why it is not there. uh, if that was the question. uh, okay, okay, so yeah. So the main thing was how binning will help. It will help. First we have to understand the reason behind what is stopping us and what is the thing which uh, we are addressing, and then coming to the binning part. So that's why in that MD doc. Okay, try to avoid that thing, so don't unmute. Okay, so that's why in the starting of the doc you can see something like nested iteration. You might, if you have come to the first class, you might have seen iteration. Something like iteration is talked about, and then after that, you were iterating or looping through something, or there was a for each loop, while loop. You were doing something in that. Now there is something called nested iteration. We'll talk about that. So I'll share my screen and then we can proceed from there.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, good evening.
Sorry, I joined 5 minutes late. So, what is the agenda of today's meeting?
Yeah. The agenda is I'll be talking about binning, that is covered in week 4, and I was just creating a notion that how and why we are going to this part. We'll start off now.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay, hope you are able to see my screen and we can continue. Okay, so this should be seen by you. You might have opened the doc. Now we can come to the screen, this Zoom screen, and then we can proceed from here. As it says, first line says week 4, yes, obviously, and then we have nested iteration. So let's talk about that. In typical manner, the definition says concept of nested iteration would be like it means having a loop inside another loop. So loop here is, let's say, iteration. Inside one iteration, there's multiple iteration happening, something like that. So in this case, inner loop execute completely. So inner loop maybe so first one thing, and then inside that there is one more. This inner thing is called inner loop. So inner loop execute completely for every single iteration of outer loop. So let's say it start off with x, and inside that there is y. So this y will go ahead every time. So let's say n length, and then again it start off with x plus 1, and then n times, and then x plus 2, again n times. So something like that. This is how a nested iteration should work. So it can be multiple or multiple 2D or 3D also. There can be 3 x y z also. Something like that can also happen. So this is a nested iteration. So this is about the
Sir,
definition. Yeah.
sir, can we have any example of nested iteration so that we can understand it more clearly?
Yes, I'll come to that. So this is about the definition I'm just talking about. We'll come to the example later after this.
Birthday paradox is like nested iteration, right?
It depends what do you mean by so birthday what you are doing there. So just can you just tell me what you are doing there?
We do nested
Sir,
iteration.
one loop inside another loop is called nested iteration.
Yeah, oh yeah, good, nice. But any example, what do you mean by that? So can you just tell me what are you checking for? Are you
Check-
checking one
we are
particular?
checking a birthday of two students at a time, like the same birthday of two students.
Okay, so so there you want
Yes, sir.
is first student.
But
Yeah.
yes, sir. So first we have the month, like we can distribute it in the month category, and then we have that
Yeah, you are
loop.
directly coming to the solution, but we are still talking about the starting phase. So the thing what you said is a solution. Yes. So we are trying
The
to
first,
reduce the
can I
number
tell,
of
sir?
comparison. Yeah,
The
sorry.
first we will take a card. The first we will take a card of from the pile, and we can check for the desired this one, and we can keep it in the another bin. Again, we'll take another card, and we can compare with the first card. And if it is our desired one, then we can count it as count plus one for that. Then again, the
Correct.
process will go on like this.
Correct. Correct. So this is comparison. So whenever you are comparing something, uh, so let's say if you have multiple things to compare, then you will need a nested iteration. Nested means it is connected. First one will be there, the other will be compared, and then first one removes, and then the second one comes, and then the comparison happens. So this kind of formatting, whenever it is happening, it can be anything. Whenever it is happening, it is coming under the nested iteration part. So example is written over here only. So multiple level of data structure. When we talk about programming only, when you have repeated task to be done or repeated pattern is shown in the particular maybe code, so then the loops which you will be using is coming under nested loop or nested iteration. example is 2D array. If two lists are being compared, then matrix, if you have not seen yet, but yeah, so matrix is also one of those things. You'll come to that in the later part of this course. The second is comparison of a combination of two pairs, maybe. So you're pairing something and then creating something. So you are comparing and then creating combination of pairs. So something like that. Pair is basically two things coming together. Pair means one, two. That is a pair. And the third point is you are doing something with the group data. So let's say if you are creating, if you have to create, calculate the average of students, average marks of students. So then you have to take the full detail and then one by one you have to do the comparison. Comparison means you will be taking the data and then at the end you will be averaging out those things. So you will be counting how many students are there and then also you will be counting the score and then at the end you will be creating the average. Something like that can also come under a nested loop or iteration. So these are the example which you can think of, and then maybe if it is coming under that belt, then that is nested iteration. Student are there and then also you will be counting the score and then at the end you will be creating the average. Something like that can also come under a nested loop or iteration. So this why I'm hearing myself.
Remove Lenovo guy. He was making interruptions in last class also.
Uh, Whoever is Lenovo, please try to mute yourself throughout.
So I'm telling you, he'll make nuisance again.
Okay, let's give him a chance maybe. Okay, if something happens, then we'll remove him. Okay, so till now this is what we have talked about. This is we are still understanding how we can call some iteration a nested iteration. So there are structures which will be followed mostly. So this kind of structure you will
So
see.
can
So
you give an example for nested iteration?
yeah, this is the example. You can see, right? My screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so
Yes, sir, but
here you can
short
Sir,
see.
visual.
Okay, so here you can see you have first, before this you might be seeing a loop which was saying for each I in list 1. Till this point you were maybe seeing. So this only, and this was doing our task. So you are looping through one list. A list maybe can be a pile of cards, maybe score data set, or only 30 students. You are looping through those 30 only for one time and then creating the answer. The answer would be sum of total score, sum of math mark, or sum of physics marks, or anything. So this have been seen by you till now, and then after that you come to nested parts, how it can be defined. So now this will be there, but you now have to do one more loop inside this particular loop. So second loop comes like this. So I've written for each I in list 1. So this should be a list 1, somewhere the list 1 is there, and then inside that for each j, anything can be there, for each j in list 2. So there are two lists and then comparison is happening. What is happening right now is for first part of this list 1, let's say 1, you will go inside that one first outer loop, then you go inside the inner loop. This loop will happen for n number of times, or the length of list 2. Length of list can be n or m, anything. Okay, it will go till that point, whatever the length is, and then it will go ahead here again, and then it will start for I plus 1. So something like that. Are you able to understand what I said?
Yes, sir.
Sir, so
Yeah,
it depends upon the number of elements present in the list, right?
mostly you will be taking the range because you have to stop somewhere. So if you remember, I talked about in week 1 or week 2 that if you start off something, you should know where to stop. So first thing should be in your mind where to stop. So you should have the length or any other criterion which can tell where to you have to stop. So for each I in this means particularly, it is telling that for each particular tells that whatever number is there. So list can have, let's say, n number. That means for each n, for n element, I should be written right. We don't have to write length if we are using for each. And if we are not using for each and it is not understanding what is going on, then we have to specifically. So in Python you have to write a range. Python language, you have to write range. So this list will become range of list one, something like that. Okay, so either you have to tell what is the stopping criterion, otherwise you have to give a number where you have to stop. So for comparison, I have written length of list 1 and length of list 2. These times you have to do the comparison. Hope I was making sense. Yeah. Okay. For understanding the differences, I have just tried to create a table. So in normal iteration, a single loop executing repeatedly over a range or a sequence, something like that what I've said. But in nested, it will be loop inside another loop. Similar thing, but it will be multiple times. So n multiplied by m, something like that. The structure would be one level of iteration. Here it can be two or more. So it depends on how the logic is working. It can be three or four also. Still, it will be nested iteration only. Okay. And the third pointer is execution count. So it, as I said, it can go to n times. So it will take the comparison to nth element. So n time it will just compare. But here it will be n multiplied by m. So whatever the length of the first one is multiplied by the length of the second loop. So this should be in your mind whenever you are working with nested iteration. And this, when I said n multiplied by n, here comes the problem. So this is the thing what we will be dealing. Because so let's say if you have 30, yeah, as we have 30 students, now those 30 will be compared by 30 only, right? So 30 multiplied by 30 would be 900. Around 900 comparison can happen, something like that, approximately, right? So this creates a little the two things. One, the complexity would be about time, and also it will be about space as well. So you have to remember everything till the 900th comparison has happened, and then you have to do the task. So the space about the data and the time it will take, which is concerning. So it will be not a good idea to wait for that long. So for example, if let's say if you uh, try to, let's say, book a ticket in any browser or anything, right? If it doesn't reflect that it has been booked within a second or lesser than one, then you will be like, why it is happening, right? It will be a very hectic task to see half an hour a particular order to be placed, right? It is not, still it is just moving around, hovering over here and there, but it is not booked. So it will be hectic as a consumer. Also it will be taking load on the computer side, or the computer side means the server side. That will be a very bad idea, and the whoever is creating such app will reduce in terms of money and any other ways also. Hope you're understanding what I'm saying. So here, if we are doing n cross m or n cross n comparisons, it will take time. It will be a very big deal. Okay. Okay, so hope I was able to convince that this is the problem. Okay, use case, first one is linear data or linear list. So list or array, whatever you can call it. And here it can be multiple arrays or It can be, if you come to the pair wise comparison, then that is also considered. Okay, so yeah, example that. Till this point, hope you are convinced that nested array is a thing, and if we do comparison, it can become a problem. Any doubts still here? No? Okay, good. So in this week, you have been shared a topic about binning. We are coming to that, but before we proceed with binning, we have one more thing. So we will try to compare that without binning and also with binning, what are the factors. So how much it is going down, how much lesser we have to do the complicated task, or what is going on. So this comparison should happen so that we can understand if this binning method is correct or not. And also it depends where you are doing the binning task. It is not required for you to do whenever you are working with code you have to bin. No, it is not required, not everywhere. So for example, no, think of example where binning is not required. You can think when we'll talk about binning. Okay. Okay, so what is the definition? First of all, let's see the definition and then we'll move on for the example why we are talking about it. So binning is a very good method when it comes to noisy data. So noisy data means scattered data. So many data points are there. So many lines of rows or columns are there. Then particularly we need binning. So that we can understand. Let's say if you talk about your data set, somebody is scoring maybe 10 in one uh, math marks, and then somebody is scoring 90, somebody is scoring 78, somebody is scoring 20. So this is very scattered data, so many people and different kind of marks they are getting, right? So this is kind of noisy. You have to keep the comparison within the limits, right? So that's where the binning or buckets come to the picture. You create buckets where the comparison happening should be corrected one, or with the correct people, whoever has scored, let's say about 10 to 20, they can be compared. Not 10 should not be compared with 90. It is very vague. So something like that, this can be taken as example. So this not only here but in the full programming paradigm it will be used like that only. So binning is a method is used to smooth the data or handle noisy data. So data is first sorted. First you sort the data and then the sorted value are distributed into number of bucket or bin. So this is the manner which you should be using in programming language. This is the convention which we follow. If you don't have, if you don't want to sort, that is also fine, but it can be difficult for binning. Okay, sorting means if you have done, if I guess you are using phone and all, so you can sort by number, so 0 to 100 or 100 to 0, something like that. Naming, you can A to Z or Z to A, something like that can be called as sorting. You sort the things, right? Okay, since binning methods consult the neighborhood of value, they perform local smoothing. So this line is not to concern too much about it, but you will be understanding this neighborhood and all when you uh, go to data science. So there they will talk about too much in neighborhood and all. You will be discussing that. So I've just written it there so that you can at least hear of these things from here, and then you can, whenever you will be studying data science, and then you will be understanding those parts also as well. Okay. Till this point, are you able to understand a little bit what a binning can be? Anyone has any doubt till now? Okay, I believe, hopefully you are understanding. Okay, one example which can be related to your topic or the data set. When displaying student marks in a subject, instead of listing each individual score, you can group them. So I don't wanted to say poor, but yeah, it is poor, 0 to 20, and then average 20 to 40, and then 40, something like that. So five buckets or bin have been created, and then those can be compared. So something like that can be called as binning. Okay, first it is sorted in a sorted order, right? So 0 to 20, then 21 to 40, then 41 to 60, something like that. It cannot be 0 to 60 and 60 to 100 in terms of this marks. It will be a very bad idea, but it can be, let's say, 0 to 30. That can also come, so you can reduce the bin size also. So it's up to you how you want to create the bin, but it should be logical to have a bin which has lesser comparison. So let's say if you have 12 data points, you can divide by maybe 4 or 3, something like that. So it can take 3 3 or 4 4, something like that, so that it can reduce the comparison, doesn't load too much in one bin, and in the other one it is very lesser comparison. So be take those point and then try to do the binning on the basis of those. Okay, so that's why sorting helps there. So you sort it out, and then you can see, let's say, if you have got 13 student having lesser than 50, then you can create a bigger bin, a more number of bin in between 0 to 50, and lesser in the side of more than 50. So something like that you can think of, and then create the bin sorting. There the sorting will help you. Okay, hope I'm making sense and you are able to understand what I'm saying. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so on the same ground, when I have talked about comparison multiple times, on the same ground, there are few things in mathematics. I already told that these are the formula which you should use whenever you are working with comparison. So when you want to compare each element with all other element, these kind of formula are there. So let's say you have n object, and the number of comparison would total into n multiplied by n minus 1 divided by 2. So this is mathematical formula which has been given. uh, so you can just directly use it, or you can try to understand also, so why this formula comes. And on this can also be called as, in statistics, n choose 2. So this nc2 is written, so n choose 2 can be uh, called in statistics if you have studied that. So this is the same number of ways of choosing two objects from n. So these two formula has been given, mathematics and then statistics. So how it comes? So let's try to understand, and then we'll maybe make little more sense why this formula comes. So typically you have, let's say, n object, and you have to compare with those n. This will be a easier understanding. So total number of pair will be n cross n, right? Hope you are with me. Now it will, so because you are comparing n by n, you are also comparing by itself. For example, remove self comparison. So a is compared with a also, right? So you don't want that. So to avoid that, you can just write n multiplied by n minus 1. Is it correct or no? So you are comparing n by n minus 1 uh, people or counts or data points. Is it making sense?
Yes, sir.
Right? So that typically means for each of them you will be reducing that number. So n cross n minus n can be written as this. For each you will be reducing that number, that means n, and then that can be written as like this. So n cross n minus 1. Till this point, hope it is clear. Then still there is something. Somebody was speaking.
Yes. Could you repeat, please, Vikram?
This one second pointer or from starting?
From starting, sir, please.
Okay. Okay. So let's say if you are comparing n data point, your main or your thought would be you will be comparing n data point with n data point, right? If I say compare with n data point, that means particularly you are n cross n at that moment, right? Or no?
Yes, sir.
Right? So this is the first line which it is saying. So total number of comparison can be paired in n cross n ways. N cross n ways will be there. But when you are doing so, you are also comparing with yourself also. That means particularly, let's say if A is comparing with another other elements, it is comparing with itself also in these n cross n,
Yes, sir, definitely. Yeah.
right? So we have to ignore it. We don't want to compare by ourselves. Now, if one element is removed, that means others are also compared like that. So B is compared with B, C is compared with C, D is compared with D. So that is N people extra compared, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So if you write it down, it can look like this. So N cross N minus N comparison, something like that. And this, if we write like this in mathematics, you can just take n outside and you can write like this. So n multiplied by n minus 1. So this is similar as this. We are just
Yes, sir.
ignoring
Got it,
these
sir. Yeah. Got the
n,
point, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
right?
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay. Now, still there is something which we are doing extra, which can be seen like this. So even though I will compare this A with other B, C, D or whatever, but when we come to the second iteration, B will also be compared with A, isn't it? So for the first time, we in the second pointer we said we will remove B, B compared with B. We have removed that. A compared with A, removed that. But now A is compared with B, and the second loop is again comparing B with A. It is not yet removed. So we are doing one comparison multiple times. Multiple times would be two times, right? A uh, compared with B and B compared with A, something like that. So C compared with D, D compared with C, right? So this is also happening. To reduce this number also, we will divide by 2. That means it will stay only one comparison. We will not uh, compare twice. This would be the idea. Hope I'm making a little bit sense.
Yes, sir.
Right? Okay, so if we divide it by 2, we come to this conclusion. So this is our formula then. So n cross n minus 1 divided by 2. So this is what the end result is. So something like that, and you can just take out half here in the starting. It's up to how you write it down. So this is the number of comparison what you are going through. This can be proved as mathematics also, and also choose the statistics also. So this is a more of a English way. So you can prove in all kind of conditions. Okay. So this is the formula which we have. Let's try to see is it working or not. So example would be A, B, C, D. 5 elements are there. Now let's see the comparison. How I said and what I said. So first of all, A will be compared with these 4. right? Any doubts in this?
No.
No, sir. No, sir.
Yeah. So first A will compare with all these four, whatever the remaining is, right? Then if A cannot be compared with itself and it has now compared with B, we might have to ignore A now,
Yes, sir.
right? Now B should be compared with C, D, E because these three are left.
Yes, sir.
Now when we go to C, C is already compared with A and C is already compared with B, then we are only left with D and E. Any doubts?
No, sir.
Yeah. And again, similar on the same thing. So D is already compared with A, B, C, then it is left with only E. So number of comparison would be 4 and then 3, then 2, and then at the end 1. If you add them up, it should be 10.
And we see some question on this formula.
Uh, any question on?
Can we see any question on this formula so that
This
we
is
can understand
this
better?
is question.
This is what it is, right?
No, no, sir. I'm asking about the example question so that we can understand better.
Okay. I was trying to make you understand better only. So this example which we have taken uh, is also a question. So what I'm saying is you have 5 elements, compare them and give me the result. So that comparison, what is happening, it should be the least, not so you cannot go beyond or lesser than that. That is the minimum comparison it should be doing. This is the question, and we are trying to find that. So I'm just explaining that you can just directly use formula, or you can just one by one also check that it is correct or not. So the formula is something similar. So n, now you know n is 5 and n again 5. So 5 minus 1 is 4 multiplied by 5. So 20 divided by 2. So it will be 10. So this is the question. Now I can give you one question which you, if you want to try it out. So go ahead and tell me the number of comparison between 22 elements. Okay, give me in the chat. Tell everyone should do maybe. Yeah, 22. Use that formula and try to give me the answer. 22 elements are there. Now write it down. What should be the in the chat? 231. The lady who was speaking, have you got it? Is it 231?
Yes, sir. It's 231.
How? Can you just tell me how it is 231? What you did? If you are speaking, you are on mute. Okay. Are you able to hear me? I asked.
Sir,
Yeah.
11 into 21 is equals to 231. That's why.
11. How you got 11?
Sir, we 22 divide by 2 is equals to 11, and
Hmm.
22 minus 1 is equals to 21. So 11
Yeah.
into 21 is equals to 231.
Good. So yeah, that's correct. Right. So that number of comparison you will be doing. at the minimum level. You can do much more, so that can go to n cross n also. It's up to you, but these are the minimum which you should be doing when it is in one particular bin. Now, when I say bin 22, whenever it is a block of one data set that is having 22 data points, it can be called one bin. Now, to reduce the number of comparison, we can also use bin. It depends. So it can happen that you have to compare with each element to get the answer or get the solution. But there are few proportions where you should be using binning so that you can get the answer quickly. So we have to decide when you have to use it. So let's understand first of all. See without binning what happens, and then if we bin what happens. Yeah, calculation of reduction they call it. First of all, with one bin, particularly n items it has, you will be using this comparison uh, calculation or the formula. Now if you divide your bins in k times, or maybe you have, let's say, 22, and then you want to divide it in 4 bins or 5 bins, something like that, right? So k can be that. K will almost always be lesser than n, because if it is more than n, then I guess it is wrong. And also if it shouldn't be equal to n, because it will be only one bin then. Okay, so k bins should be there, and number of item per bin would be n divided by k. So uh, somebody will ask, if it is not in proper dividing format, then what you have to do, try to take the first digit of that particular number coming. So let's say if you have 10 data points, then how many bins should be there? Can just anyone tell me? You have to keep number of item would be maybe 3. So how many bins can be created if we have 3 number of item?
10 by 3, sir.
Sorry.
What is your
Maximum we can have 4 bins.
If we want to have 3 in each, at least 3 in each.
3 bins.
3. Yeah, one which have 4, and other can have 3 each. Yeah, so this kind of the cases can also happen. So either it can be correctly in format of, let's say, if we have 9 data elements, that can come in 3 each. If you have 10 it is an odd, then it can also accommodated in one of the bins, one extra, and then you can do the comparison. It will be lesser only. Yeah, so you don't have to worry too much about it. Okay, so here what I've written is number of item per bin will be this, something similar to this. So right now we were using all the n items, number of items, right? Here we'll be dividing it by the k bins what we have chosen. So 3 bins and then whatever the number comes. And if we talk about the full comparison, it can happen like this. So number of comparison per bin. Per bin means what? Each bin which we have created, each will have these amount of bins. Sorry, these amount of comparison. Okay. Now tell me the formula for total number of comparison for this with binning. What can be the formula?
Add all the comparisons for each
So
bin.
we multiply into k, the number of comparison per bin multiplied by k is equals to
Correct.
the
Both
total
are correct.
number.
So you can either multiply it by k, or you can just add all of them together. So this amount of comparison has been happened. So yeah, something similar has been written here also. So total number of comparison will be this, and to ease it out, this can be written. So half multiplied by n multiplied by this bracket you should be having, and then n by k minus 1. Now, as I said that this should be reduced in number, let's try it out. So here which we have this formula, now we have a newer formula with binning. uh, you can try it out with n. Here n is 9 and k is 3. Try to check that if it is correctly reduced or not. So for 9, try to do this. How many comparison will happen with this? We have 9
36.
yeah, 36,
36.
right? And winning, where I am taking k as 3, then how many?
4, sir.
4, right? Yeah, so 36 comparison versus 4 comparison. Now let's say if you keep k as 4, then how many comparison will be happening in this binning criterion? Anyone? You can use
4
calculator.
comparisons. 4
4?
5.
Yeah,
So one
right?
will have an extra item in the fourth box.
Yeah. So
At
let's
9 and
say,
1.
yeah, so if you go ahead, maybe k equal to 5, then
Equal to 5.
I got 10.
so yeah, so basically what I wanted to make here. So you have to decide which number of bin can help us reduce it to the minimal context. So here 4 would be a good idea. 4 means the factor of reduction would be 4. So k equal to 3 is good here in this particular example. It can be bad in other example maybe. So if you use k equal to 4, it will increase from 4, so more comparison will happen. Let's say if you use k equal to 2, then what can be done? So try to do that maybe. So you are using k equal to 2. K is basically bin. If you use k bin, so 2 means 4.5, 4.5. So this is how we will be doing. So the comparison will be about half of the pieces. And how many comparison will happen there? So one will have 5, one will have 4.
16.
Yeah, so it increases the number. 3 here is the correct one, which is reducing the number to a certain extent where it is doable, right? So this
We
this
should
should be, yeah,
optimize K to
correct,
where you get
correct. In
in
this
least
in this
number of
example, k equal to
interactions.
3 should be correct. So it is up to you how you decide and what you see in the example, and then you have to bin in that manner. So now, uh, obviously, you are now understanding what is going on here. These are the example which you can just take and then help yourself. 9 object ABCD, similar to that. 36, 4, 9, whatever was there. We have already done it. So this is what is covered in week 4, and we are done for today. So any questions you guys have?
Good evening, sir. Not
Sorry.
confused in using. Hello? Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, your voice is little low.
I'm asking that when I go through the fifth winning formula, then I got confused to find the number of comparison in the Could you repeat? Could you explain again?
Uh, you got confused in the binning formula? This one?
Yeah, which bin? Yeah, number of comparison. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. And
Yeah, can you
when
just
you
tell me how much you have understood?
uh, I understood
Anything you have
the
understood?
yeah, I got the number of items per bin, and
Okay.
after that I got confused the factor of
Yes,
reduction and all.
correct. So here, when you are not using uh, any number of bin, you were still using a number of bin, that is 1. Here, I am not writing 1 multiplied by half multiplied by n multiplied by n minus 1. Basically, this is comparing everything in one bin. But now, if you are collecting those data points in separate bin, let's say 3, now you have to multiply those 3 together to get a number. Here it is happening only once. Here you should have a k, that is, let's say k can be 3 or maybe 1 also if you have one particular bin. Same formula, but now it will be compared. So first of all, it will be compared like this, and then it will be multiplied by the k numbers of whatever the to conclude with the total number of comparison. In place of n, you will be replacing those item, number of item in that bin, whatever the number of item is, that you have to write it down. For each bin, you have a separate comparison happening. So as I said in the example, it can happen that you are using 4 in one of the bins, that is fine, and in one other two can be of 3 each. So you have multiple comparison happening, but it is happening for the 3 times. So something like that. Have you got what I
Yes, sir.
said?
Yes, sir. I got the point. And could you scroll on the example?
This
Here
is
is a
just a reduction pointer what I'm trying to make. So first you were making 36 comparison, and then you will be making only 4. So that is maybe the factor of reduction pointer,
Sir, I
because it
have
is
a
like,
query.
yes.
Sir, like, is it mandatory to have equal number of element in each bin? Like you have
It
described 10, how can we divide 10 elements uh, to each bin?
Yeah, it depends on what you are checking. So it can happen that in normal scenario you will not get a equal amount every time, but you aim for equal number of things only. So it will be a correct comparison happening if those comparison happening, let's say in one of them there is 6 comparison happening, and then in one of them there is only 3. So it is not a correct comparison happening. This is what it should be. If you have a bin of only those people who have scored lesser than 50, then it can be 6, fine, and then 50 to 100 can be 3, that is also fine. So it depends on the question what is asked and where you are binning it. Typically we aim for equal number of comparison, so that it will be easier for us to calculate these kind of a comparison, and lesser comparison will happen. uh, but yeah, it can happen that more in one and lesser in others can also be the case.
Okay,
It is
got it.
completely fine. Yeah, okay. So yeah, so that's about it what I wanted to cover. So any one of you have tried solving questions? This boy tried to join girls group. I don't think uh, okay, so whoever this boy is, please don't join girls group. I don't know what should I do here. Okay. Yeah, any questions?
Sir,
Yes.
sir, in winning, we found out that there are some similarities between elements, and then we bin them in a group. So
Correct.
what if we didn't find any kind of similarities between them?
If there is no similarity, or if there is no criterion to bin, don't bin it. It's okay. You can compare all of them in one go. It's fine.
Okay, sir.
Because see, let me give you one example. So let's say you are doing a plagiarism check. So 30 students have submitted a assignment. Now it has been coming under plagiarism check. So it cannot happen that I will create 10 bins of three student and compare it and then come to a conclusion that yeah, uh, nobody has copied. I have to compare first of all. It can happen like that. So either I can compare first one of them with others, all of them, or it can happen like first has been compared with maybe five, and then if it is not coming under that, then I will remove it, and then four can be compared. So this will take little time to understand what is going on. So it depends how the things are asked and what the question is. So in plagiarism you will compare each of them. Even though if you do binning, you have to compare with each of them so that you can get a fair evaluation. Otherwise it will be a very bad idea to just compare with three people and say he has not copied or anything of that sort. So this is what it is. So it depends on the question where we have to bin.
Okay, sir. I got it.
Yeah. Okay. I used you have a pseudo code. Yeah. What is the pseudo code? When we will hall ticket next week will hall ticket come, I guess. Next week.
Sir, I have a pseudo code related problem.
Yeah. Tell me what is the issue.
Sir, in some codes, we saw that in starting we say while file one has more parts, right? And then in end, some code says that move it to file one again. So
Mm,
when will the program end? How it think that file one
can
is
you
empty or
specify which question have you seen like this?
I
Any
have to
question you have?
check. I have to check. मैंने बहुत पहले देखा.
So there should be a stopping criterion, I believe. I'm not sure
Maybe.
if that question has multiple codes and they are asking what is wrong with that maybe code, something like
No,
that
no,
kind
no,
of.
no, no. It's not like that.
No, so if some code is written, there should be a stopping criterion. Otherwise, it will not stop anywhere. It
Those
will
type
just
of
keep on.
questions have three tables mostly. So it's moving to two and three, and then the third table is moving back to table one. The stopping criteria is when all entries are moved to table two.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yes, that can also be possibility. Yes, you can use multiple tables, and then at the end you can because so you have to see. Sometimes the question says that keep the data intact. That means the ordering should be exactly what I have told you. Something like that can happen. So you can take use of any other maybe variable or any other table as well. It comes to that particular questions. It is fine. That can also happen. But it should stop at any point. Otherwise, it will be hard to think of
Stop it.
somebody is not stopping and still. So human also stops. So I guess programs should also. Yeah. Any other
The next
question?
time I will come with the context.
Sorry.
Next time I will come with the context also.
Yeah. Sure.
Um,
Sure.
Sir, what is the mean by nested iteration? Word nested is a loop in the
Next,
loop.
yes, inside the loop. So you are comparing. Uh, so you have whenever comparison, when the word comparison comes, then you solve this. Okay, whenever you are having a comparison, a nested loop or nested iteration will come,
Okay.
right? So this is like that. So n multiplied by m, n cross n, it depends on how much comparison you want to do. So whenever you want to do comparison, you have to write it down in a for loop or while, or let's say for inside that you can use while also, but yeah, particularly for will be there for each you will be using. Somebody has asked me question. Can you just tell me, Rosni, where this question is? uh, in your course? Can you just tell me? Maybe I can just open that. Are you able to hear me, Rosni? Whoever this person is. Will you discuss more theory or not, or go with the PA? Has it been not covered? I guess this is the second session for this week.
Sir, actually, yesterday, ma'am took the session and she told that in the next session, the remaining will be covered. She
What was
has
the
not completed the entire PA, the entire
okay?
questions.
How many questions have she covered? Week 4 only, right?
Yes, sir, week 4 only.
How many questions he has covered?
Sir, I guess 4 or 5 questions.
How many are there? Okay, let's try to do it maybe. Somebody has asked me a question maybe about above. First, let's try to take that. Where is that question? Assignment 3 Q. Was the what that means? PA or GA? What is that? Where is that question? Is this one first one or okay? Question 1 and 2. Okay, let's see. I'm not here. Okay, first of all, it is about words dataset, and the question is asking what will P represent at the end of execution. Uh, where is P? So P is initialized with 0. Let me. Okay, yeah. So you are in this. You can just mail support about this, Dia. I guess they know there are many people who are doing these kind of things, but yeah, let's try to ignore it. Otherwise, we'll be focusing on more on that. Okay, let's try to understand what the question is asking. So it is about word data set. You can try to solve this. So first of all, there is a while loop. Before that, there is a initialization happening. P and Q has been initialized to 0. Then it is saying read the first row X in the table. So table 1 is being read, and then the first row X has been read. After that, uh, you are checking a modulus of so let us count. If it is divided by 2, that means P should be incremented. else if it is a part of speech. So letter count should be divided by 2 so that p should be incremented. If the part of speech is an adverb, then q should be incremented. And the question is asking about p, so similarly q should also be there. What is the, so what it will represent? So can tell. So first,
Option.
yeah, right. Even it is written. What was the error in this, or were you not able to understand, Rosni? What was the issue in this? Can you just speak up maybe? Otherwise, I guess we can continue. And the SKU is also already just like I told, adverb, and then it should be about adverbs. 1 second.
Adverb is with odd letter. I guess.
Uh, yeah. So if condition is satisfied, then only it should be going to else, and then check this part. So this is the catch here. So if this is not satisfied, that means it shouldn't be even letter count, and then it should go here. So this is the catch if and else condition is happening. Hope you got it. So it cannot be even at any point of time. If it is going to q, it is incrementing q, so it can be odd, but the number of adverb would be there. So this is done. uh, Question number 4. By this you guys also have in 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever the question is. Anyways, uh, question number, let's see, question number 4. Okay, this is about
Yes, sir.
so, sorry.
So when I try to solve the questions and there's a term following the procedure, then I got confused and made a mistake in this type of question.
Okay. Uh, in, so it is calling a procedure. What is the issue you are facing?
Sir, I couldn't not connect with the procedure, what is telling the procedure and how should the proceed the pseudo-code, and after that, what is the mm, what is the correct code we should fill in the
So let's
option
say,
and all.
yeah. So let's say if we talk about procedure. So let's say if you are at home and your father has said go to market and take maybe chocolates, right? Go to market and take the chocolate and give it to me. Now he has told you the thing what you have to do. What you have to do, you have to buy some chocolates. This is what has been told, and you have to go to market. It has, the parameter is given to you, the market and the chocolate. Chocolate is what you have to buy. Now he has not told you how you will go. He has not told you where you should buy. He has not told you how much, and he has also not told you how much time it will take for you to go there and come back. So these things are not there. Now it's up to you what you have to do. The procedure has been set. Give me the chocolate from the market. Market would be parameter y. Y has been given to you, and the procedure is give me the chocolate. Inside that, whatever is going on is done by you. So the procedure is you, and inside this particular block, what is happening? So till the time you give him the chocolate or result or returning something, till that point you are doing something. So this is your procedure happening there. So whatever is going to be happening in that format, you take a bike, cycle, auto, plane, whatever, you are going there and buy some chocolate and come back to home. But you have to give the chocolate. That's it. Even if you don't come to home, your father should be getting the chocolate. So this is a procedure for you. Now, are you understanding what I have said, or no? Still, it is not convinced.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm
Yeah.
getting the point. Yeah,
So these first and second, last line is just saying, I will give you some parameter, take it, take the use of it, and do something. And at the end, give me some result. It should give you some result. That's the main thing. Here in this case, it says procedure check shopping bills accepts a card Y, okay, and returns true. So return should be there in procedure. Whenever you are working, it should be returning something. Otherwise, there is no point of creating a procedure. Now, what is your doubt in this? So can you just tell me what have you got wrong, or what you are not
So,
understanding?
sir, I just want to know how to approach this type of problem.
Okay.
So I am asking.
Okay. I can tell you my approach. What I would do. It can vary from, so it can vary to other people also. So they can use any other method as well. But what I do, before even seeing the question, I see the options. If we have asked about fill the code, I will see the option first. Uh, because in this, when you see the option, you will see this line. There should be if condition. You have understood. In each of these options, you have if condition. Now you are comparing something. So the comparison should be there. So either minimum amount or y dot total bill amount. So these two are there, and here average amount, minimum amount. So these three should be noticed whenever we are seeing the code. Okay, three things, and then we are either returning true or false, true or false. So this is what is happening. Only one of them has a else condition, but will it be a issue? No, I don't think so. So all of them have a else condition, but it has separately written it here. Okay. So if return doesn't happen in this if condition, it will automatically will returning false. So this is what is there. Three things we have to notice in the code: minimum amount, average amount, and total bill amount, which is taken by Y. Now let's go to the question. What it is saying. So it is about shopping bill data set. And the procedure is about you will be taking Y card Y, and this procedure returns true if the minimum total bill amount of shop is greater than the average total bill amount of shop. So by the question itself, now you have, because you have seen the option, you have a little bit understanding. It is saying true if minimum total bill amount of shop, okay, minimum total bill amount of shop is greater than, only greater than, not equal to, greater than the average total bill amount of shop from where the card Y is generated. From this line, what have you understood? Just tell me once. What
In
you
this
have to.
line, the total bill amount of that swap which are mentioned in card Y, or we pick up the card Y, the total bill amount of that swap is greater than the average total bill amount of swap.
Yeah, so now keep this in mind and let's see the options. Which option looks little bit familiar?
And first, and option last.
Last one.
Hmm? First or
And
last?
last only, yeah, no, first, because the first is greater than equal to, but as we saw in
Yeah.
the question, only greater than.
Okay. So our hunch is now that D should be correct. Till this point, we are okay. So we are saying if minimum amount is greater than average amount. Let's read the question again. If the minimum total bill amount of the shop is greater than the average total bill amount of the SOP from where Y has been generated. Okay, total is coming twice. Anyways, let's see, read the other one. So otherwise it will be false. Choose the correct code fragment to complete the procedure. MSQ, note, max value, this and that. So max value represents, so you have already maybe given about what is max value. So max value represents maximum bill amount of SOP Y. Okay. Now Y is a SOP. So let's see what the code is saying. The code is saying count should be initiated with 0, total amount 0, minimum amount is max value. Uh, Hope you have understood. Max value it is initialized with, and then you have a while loop running over here. So first pile, then top card x from pile 1, x dot sop name is equal to this, is if the sop name is this, count equal to incremented, and then total amount equal to total plus x dot total bill amount, and then again if condition is there, if total bill amount is lesser than minimum amount, then minimum amount should be changed. Now we have to do the sum, and then after that at the end average amount. Now check the option and tell me which option still look correct.
Sir, please scroll on the question again.
Yeah, okay. The question is saying return true if the minimum total bill amount of SOP is greater than average total bill amount. Which variable is taking minimum amount of the SOP?
Yes, sir. And the option?
Min amount will
Scroll
store
down, sir,
the
please.
bill with the lowest
Yes,
amount.
sir.
So now what option should be correct?
Option number 4.
Okay.
I couldn't say.
Uh, who said who couldn't say?
I'm saying.
You couldn't say. Okay. Let's try to neglect something. I said I have not said. It is written here. Minimum total bill is greater than average total bill. So hope you agree this average amount will take the average total bill. This variable. Do you agree or not?
Sorry?
Sir, I agree.
This variable, line number 14 variable, which says average amount, it will take the average amount of the total bill, right? So this thing,
Yes, sir.
isn't it? The person who was still struggling. Are you with me? Are you understanding what I said? Are these two lines same or not? Line number 14, which says average amount, is this talking about this only or no?
Yes, sir.
Now in options, where have you seen average amount written?
Fourth one.
Fourth and first option.
Let him say something. What do you think? I guess Alok was that. Where can you see average amount in these four options?
Option first and last.
And the hunch was about D, right? Because you said it is not talking about greater than equal to, only talking about greater than.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, hopefully the answer should be like that only. The other two option will be neglected itself because average amount is not talked here. And this will be neglected because we are not talking about equal to. So before even checking the question, I had the answer when I read it.
So this is your approach, right?
Yeah.
That's
So
amazing.
it's like whenever you do something or practice something, you will come to a approach what is easier for you. This is one of the approach which you can use. Either way, you
Okay.
can read everything and then come to a conclusion. So it's like that. So you have to. Okay. The other one is
Thank you so
question
much, sir.
5. Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah. What is the doubt, Himansu, you have in this question? Uh,
Sir, here is B in a small bracket. What does this mean? Is it uh, when we are incrementing A, when it B is true or when B is false?
Whenever it is written, let's say if a condition is written like this, it is basically true. Whenever true will happen, then only it should go inside. If condition, whenever the if minimum amount is greater than average amount, this should be true, otherwise it won't go inside it. If it is false, it will go outside. So if it is true, that means b equal to true, then only go inside. On all the if condition, it will happen like that.
Okay, I understand.
Okay.
That was my doubt. That was clear.
Okay, good. Okay, any other question in this?
Sir,
Yeah.
Sir,
please
what would be
upload.
the answer of that question which you were describing?
Which question?
Of core data set. Yeah, this one. Question number 5.
Yeah, answer is here. Should I solve it or what? It is just asking what should be there in the A. A starts off with 0, then you go through the loop, and B has been incremented by or initialized by true. Then if you are checking X physics is greater than equal to 60, I guess all of the marks should be greater than equal to 60. So if it is the case, then B should be false. If still remains true, then A will be incremented. So you can assume what
B
should
would be false. Sir, B would be false if the marks is greater than or equals to 60.
of all the subject.
Yeah, of all the
And
subject, like of
yeah, so
3 subjects.
even if one of them fails, that means it won't be false after that. So A will be incremented. So number of student uh, who scored, yeah. So maybe yeah. So this option should be correct. So below 60 in at least any of the subjects. So any one can be the case. So it let's say mathematics 59, then A will be incremented.
Sir, you mean if this first if condition is not followed, means if it
Then
is not followed, then we suddenly jump into second if condition.
yes, if first one is not it is not true,
Yes, sir.
then it should go to the second.
Okay, and in the second B is already true, as we say above.
Sorry.
In this code, B is already true, as we said above.
Yes, it is already true. So it will wait till the first if condition is either satisfied, or if it is not satisfied, then it will go to line number 8.
Well, I uh, I have a request.
Yeah.
Please upload V3 content on your GitHub.
Week 3 content. Oh,
Yes,
I
sir. Week 1, 2, and 4 is there, but week 3 is missing.
I can create it, but yeah, so it will take time. Anyways, I will try to do it. If I get time, I will obviously do it.
Yes, sir.
Otherwise, I in next week I will uh, take, I guess, revision session, there I will cover all 4 weeks. So that can be okay. So there you can just maybe read it through. Week 3 will also be covered. So week 3 is, I guess, basically it has mostly be about procedures and
Yes, sir. But in the last few videos, they discuss about interface and other stuff. I haven't doubt.
yeah. So yeah, that is theoretical part of the course. So
Yeah,
it
therefore
won't
I
be,
want.
yeah. So
Therefore I
it
want.
won't be asked in directly in the questions, but you should know how and where to be the things to be implemented and also, yeah, that is a theoretical part you should be understanding. I can maybe, if I get time, then I will create week 3. Otherwise, yeah, maybe I can tell you. So you can just go to maybe uh, what BS notes. These, yeah, here you might find notes from the students. I don't know this. Hmm, yes, English. uh, Yeah, here you can find. So these guys have created notes. So maybe here they have covered Gagnit
Okay,
and
sir. I'll check.
Assist. Yeah.
Okay, thanks, sir. I'll
If
check
you
it.
still struggle, I'll try to make maybe. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
thanks.
Okay. So we'll try to maybe do some question in week 4 as let's go from 5 to 6. Okay. So here I will close this maybe. Okay. Uh, anyways. So I'll be discussing about fifth and sixth question. Hope we can cover it soon. Have you tried doing this or not? Not this. Have you tried doing practice assignment questions on your own? Anyone?
Yes, sir, I have tried.
Okay. So typically this question is little longer to read. Let's first try to see what is given in the question, and then we'll see option, and then we'll come back to the code. Uh, the following pseudocode is executed using score data set. Okay, two students from a study pair. Okay, two students form a study pair if their difference in mathematics marks are at most 10. Good. Assume that pile P1 is always restored back after calling study pair pile 1. Okay. So these are the conditions which we have. Student will create or form a pair. Pair is basically two people. Two people can be called as pair. And if they have a difference in mathematics marks at most 10. So it can be 10 or lesser than that. So let's keep that in mind. And P1 or pile 1 should be again come back to the same position there. Okay. So what will be the count 1 represent at the end of execution? Okay. And on the similar ground, it is also asking about count 3, what it will represent. Let's see the code. We have to see the code obviously so that we can understand what is count 1 and count 3. Count 1 is obviously the return statement of study pair procedure. Study pair is a procedure here which is run here, and it will return something, return A in terms of this, and count 1 will be that. And then count 3 is count 1 minus count 2. So count 2 is study pair pile Chennai, pile Bangalore, pile Vellore, I guess. Yeah. So the summation of that minus count 1, whatever it gives, and it will be the return statement of count 3. Uh, now what we have to do? So first of all, we have three things to check: count 1, count 2, count 3. Count 1 is about study pair. So let's talk about study pair first. Sorry, I don't have pen right now, so I won't be able to write it down, but hopefully you'll be with me during this talk. Study pair pile 1. Let's go to line number 70. What it is doing. A equal to 0. Okay, initiated. Then while loop runs for pile 1 code. Then you have it says read the first card in pile 1, move X to pile 2. While pile 1 has more card, read the top card in pile 1, move Y to pile 3, and then do this thing, if condition. Minus 10 and plus 10. This is written because it can happen like x dot mathematics can be greater than y dot mathematics, and you can get a minus something, right? Minus 7 or minus 8, right? Are you getting what I said? Anyone? No? Yes?
Yes.
Right? So to maintain that scenario so that it can be in the range only, that's why it is written like this. So either it can come this side, that is in the negative side, or it can stay in the positive side. Whatever happens, if the difference between these two is still 10 or minus 10 or minus whatever, A should be incremented. So this is what the study pair is doing. Nice. And at the end, it should move all the card from pile 3 to pile 1. Now tell me, what do you think A is counting? Anyone can just tell.
Differences between X mathematics and Y mathematics of 10. Either it could be minus or plus.
No, that is the
It
condition.
is calculating the number of pairs where the maths marks is the difference of the maths marks is at most 10.
Yeah, in both the scenario, negative or positive. Let's
Yes.
see the option. First one says number of study pair. Okay, but not completely true, I would say. Uh, do you think first one is correct? Number of study pair? Anyone?
Sir, count 1, number of study pairs.
Is it?
So study pairs meaning what? I mean, is it given in the question? The definition
Study
of this?
pair would be something. So two people coming together and forming a study pair. So two student form a study pair. That means they will study with together each other. So two people. So let's say
Okay.
you and some other guy will form a study pair.
Okay,
So
sir.
in that format, number of study pair, will this A will represent a number of study pair.
Yes, sir, I guess.
Yes.
Okay. What about second option? Number of pairs of study pairs.
No, it will not.
No, sir.
Third option, number of
No,
students.
sir. No, sir. It is
What this?
basically the double of the study pairs.
Okay, nice. And the last one is saying about same city. Somebody is asking some question. We'll come to that. So this is about same city. This is not even checking about any city. So last one is neglected. What can be the number? Let's say if this one says 10 if the calculation is 10, what can be the option C will be? If let's say if it is first is number of study pair is 10, then what can be
That would
option
be
C?
20.
Okay, good. And the second one,
That would be 5.
okay, okay. So let's keep it like that. Two people have said this one is correct. Any other yeah, sorry.
So please proceed.
Yeah. So any other option? Anyone thinks that uh, other than D is correct
So can you scroll down a little?
and see the answer?
No, scroll down is code. Sudo.
Scroll up. Okay.
Sorry. Scroll up.
Meanwhile, you just have to check this from 17 to 32 because first line is about only study pair. Count one. Is that fine?
Yes, sir. I also think that first option. But
Uh, yeah. Okay. Yes, it is wrong.
Yeah, now clear, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So I guess majority is saying first one is correct. Let's keep that as a correct option for now, and let's move on from this. So keep yourself on mute. Now, so the second line is about a while loop running here, where it will check more cards in pile 1, read the top card X, and then line number 4. Line number 4, 7, and 10 are checking which city town is this particular card X is from. Okay. So, and then after checking it, it will move that particular X card to that city's pile. So, Chennai, if it is from Chennai, it will go to Chennai, and Bangalore, and then Vellore. If one condition is not satisfied, it will move on to other, and then the other. If all of them not satisfied, it will do nothing. Okay. Any doubt?
No, sir.
Yeah. So this is what we have. And at the end of the iteration or the while loop, you will get a count. That count will be studied like this. So it is checking these Chennai people again. So study pair for Chennai, study pair for Bangalore, and study pair for study pair for Vellore, and do the same iteration over here. You have a lesser cards to check. The Chennai one checking the same thing, mathematics marks, and then checking the count. So this count will be about Chennai, this count will be about Bangalore, and this will be about Vellore. Now typically when you see this, it is reducing the number of counts or it is reducing the number of pairs only, and this should always be a positive number. So now if we said this is giving me number of study pairs, then count 3 will give us what? So this is the question here. So read the options and then let's try to see what the correct answer would be. So first option says number of study pair where at least one student in each pair is not from cities like this Chennai, Bangalore. Is this option making sense?
No, sir.
Okay, so one no is there. Any other student who think that This is just a vague statement to make, or we should move on.
No, sir.
No,
Okay.
sir.
No, sir.
So the second option here is again number of student study pair where both students in each pair are not from same city among this.
I think it's right, sir.
Okay.
Right.
So we should not go to C and D option.
We did not.
Okay. So let's try to read it. Let's assume this is correct. The third one is saying number of study pair where student in each pair from different cities among this. Because it is subtracting.
Option 2 would be correct.
Correct. Okay. Okay, good. So in this option A by the majority, and then in this B by the majority looks correct. Let's see. I guess we can see it from check answers if we are correct or not. Have you guys checked it, or you have also no? Yeah. So yeah, you guys are correct in both the cases. If you guys know how to solve it, why I'm solving it here? You should have done it. Okay, good. Should we move ahead for the seventh question, or any doubts in the previous one? I am at week 5. Why are you at week 5? Please be at week 4. Your exam will be about that only. Okay. Any doubts or no? Let's move on ahead. No, no, yes, no, anything? All complete? Don't want to give quiz, I guess. You have to give the quiz, right? You all complete, fine, but yeah, you have to practice it next week. Yeah, okay. Okay, so let's see the seventh question. I believe there is no doubt in the previous one. This looks a straightforward one coming from the previous one. It is just asking you about the count. I believe you can do it, but anyway, let's try to read it. So count starts off with 0th instance, so it is initialized by 0. It is checking table 1 for more cards, and then it takes out a row called x, move the x to table 2, then it initialized I, A and B. A and B are boolean value that are false, and I is equal to 1, while I is less than equal to letter count of x row that checks for if condition. So let's say letter count is 7, it will go till 7 from 1 to 7. If ith letter of x dot word is a vowel, so it will check for each word in that particular yes, each word in particular letter or whatever. But one second, it will check for each alphabet in each word one by one. So let's say if it is apple, so A will be compared, then A will be compared, then P, and then something like that, apple, whatever the spelling is. Okay, if it caught that it is an vowel, I guess you know, uh, A I E U O, something like that.
A-E-I-O-U.
Yes, you know that. I have stopped reading those things. Okay. Eighth line is saying if A, basically if A is there, then B equal to true. That means A should be true, then only B will be true. Line number 8. If it is a vowel, first of all, you have to check the vowel. If that particular alphabet is a vowel, then go inside if condition Then if A is true, then make B also true. If it is not the case, then A, so you should make A equal to true. So basically, if A was false, then make A equal to true. If A was true, then make B equal to true. If you have got a vowel alphabet, hope it makes sense. If you get a consonant or it is not a vowel, you can make A equal to false. And while this is happening, and if you have seen this, so if condition start off here and it takes this if condition, it ends here, then else starts here and ends here. It there is inside this while loop a I is also incrementing, so one by one it will go till the point letter count is finished. Okay, if it is 7, it will go till 7. Okay, and then after that, if this while loop is done, so this is the criterion. Then if you have to check if B is true, then increment the count 1. My question is, when will you check line number 18? After each word, uh, or it will check at the end?
After each word.
Yeah, so like that. So each row will be checked and count will be incremented in that way. Okay, now by seeing those criterion, let's see the option and then try to answer if we can answer it. So number of words with at least one pair of vowel occurring, one pair. So do you think one pair here is correct?
Uh,
Yes, sir.
yes, sir, it is correct.
Okay. Now, second option says at most two pairs.
No, sir, it is incorrect.
Third says at least two pairs.
No, sir.
No, sir.
And also of the same vowel.
No, sir.
No.
No, sir.
In either of the case, where are we checking same vowel condition anywhere?
No, sir.
So I believe these two options should be neglected itself if they are saying same vowel, isn't it?
Yes,
Anyone
sir.
agree?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yes, sir.
So what should be the correct answer?
Option
First
1.
one.
Yeah, you guys know I'm still figuring out why I'm doing this. You guys already have the answers. Okay, this would be 8. Any doubt, anyone? Still figuring out why we have chosen A as the option?
Yes, sir.
No? Okay, let's move on ahead. Okay, so bigger question again. I have to read many times, I believe. But yeah, let's do this. Let's read the first line and try to check the options and make a hunch if we get the correct answer or not. So it is saying at the end of execution, ABC captures the number of pair of students who scored at most 200, okay, from 200 to 250 and at least 251. ABC criterion as at most, B is 201 to 250, and C is, I guess, 251, respectively, who are from same city but are of different gender. Have you got the context? What is it is asking?
Yes, sir.
So different gender it should be, and ABC are capturing pair of students which have the something like that marks. Let's see the options. Yeah. Now check which option is checking uh, those criterion. First of all, gender criterion, let's see. So in the first option, is it checking the gender if they are not same?
Yes, sir, it is.
Second, also it is checking.
Yes.
Third,
No, yeah, it is checking, but
but it is an
or
all.
or condition is there.
or yes,
It should
good.
be and.
Yeah. So now we have three options left. Let's see about now we have city town. Is it about city town? Is it? Yeah, same city. Yeah,
This is also same.
same city. First one checking that. Second one is also okay. All of them are checking. Now we have yeah. First one option is neglected. Even if it is multiple select, we have three options to be chosen from. Let's say let's go ahead, go back to the criterion, and let's try to see what it is saying. So is it be like if he has been on the same city, should be the first criterion to check, or it should be a different gender? Which one should be checked first in this case? Any
Same city.
Citation.
Sir, not necessarily should maintain any order. You can check it in
yeah,
any
that's
order,
the
I guess.
question. Do you think we have to check city first, or we have to check the gender first, or it doesn't matter,
Doesn't matter,
So
sir.
it
It
doesn't
doesn't
matter,
matter.
sir.
right? So all these criterion looks similar, I believe. So if city town is equal and gender is not, then d increment d, gender is not equal. So these two by the question it looks similar, and the last one also looks similar. Do you agree with me or no? That I'm just lying.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
How many?
Yes, sir. Agreed.
First two are looking similar. Fourth,
Fourth one is not looking similar. Who said? Yeah, I will not uh, do anything. Just tell me who said that fourth is not looking. Because of
yes,
this and
yes.
because of this,
No, so fourth would be the answer, I think.
only fourth is the answer.
No,
No, sir. Like first and second is also.
Yeah,
Sir,
so I believe these three are doing the same task, but still I would urge you to just go ahead and check this problem, sorry, code, and then get the correct answer. By the looks of the options, I believe. Okay, yeah, okay, I guess you can see it. Yeah, yeah, our hunch is correct. But still, I will urge you to go ahead and see the code at least. It will be maybe helpful. So I'm not challenging your format of checking the code or doing the question, but this is one of the which you can just see. And one more thing, don't over rely on this thing, because I, as a student, will check the code also. I will take a hunch. I have a answer with me, but I will still be checking, because in the exam you don't know if you are totally correct or not, right? So you will check the code also to verify that yeah, we are on the correct track, and yes, this should be the answer. Okay. Okay. So I believe everyone have understood why and uh, what we have selected. Is the capital or small letter case both? Mm, both are same. No, capital means capital. It didn't get the question. Is it about this question? Can you just speak up? Who has it just written in the chat? No? Okay. I, I,
About the or and
Sir,
operation.
will you discuss more questions in this session?
I don't think so.
Yeah, because we have another class now.
No, yeah, that should be enough. I guess you guys are able to do these things. So this is also similar on the similar thing. B, you have to find the B, and then again A. I guess you will be able to do it. I don't think maybe this can create a problem, but this will be good idea to do it by yourself and try to find the mistake. It will helpful for your quiz. Okay, one question at least
Okay, sir.
uh, you can expect from this kind of formatting where you are asked to check the mistake. Okay, so it will be good idea. That's it from my side.
Okay, sir.
We can
And sir, how
stop.
many revision sessions will be there?
I believe two or three. Two.
Okay.
Yes, two should be there. But
Sir,
Monday will also be considered. You can consider it as revision also.
uh,
Two or three.
Monday means this Monday, sir, the day after
Yes.
tomorrow.
Yes, on
Okay.
Monday. Do we have Diwali on Monday?
Yes, sir. Diwali and our deadline will not be passed for this week 4. Like it would be
Yeah,
better if we can make it
you
after
you
the.
should no. So you should start off practicing for your quiz. But yeah, you can assume two revision session at least, Friday and Saturday.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Okay. So that's it from my side.
Oh,
Yeah,
sir,
thank
thank
you
you.
for joining. Bye.